What is up? Professional wrestler Chris Wilde here with a quick update pre-workout video. First time in a couple weeks I've done one from the vehicle. I really hate the crappy lighting in here, but hey, it is what it is. So, some Eagles news today. You know, obviously, like most things, Philadelphia Eagles recently, very negative stuff. As the Eagles announced that ARTHEGA Whiteside has tested positive for COVID-19. We'll go on the COVID-19 list. Corey Clement and Vinny Curry. I'm sorry. What's going on, Stephen Joyce? Vinny Curry and Corey Clement are tested negative, but they were in close contact. I believe it's a separate case from Whiteside, but they're also on the COVID-19 list. And then Deontay Burnett from the practice squad, also a contact quarantine, is put on that COVID-19 list. The Eagles just announced, per Field Yates, not the Eagles, but per Field Yates, announced that Jordan Howard will be coming in for a visit. I don't know if that correlates to the Corey Clement news, because let's say he comes in for a visit, or he already had it today, or he comes in tomorrow, he's not going to be game ready by Sunday. I mean, it's just, even though he is familiar, he's not going to be ready. And I believe that outside talents that come in have to wait 10 days. It's a certain amount of days per all these COVID rules before they can join the team. So if they were to sign him, I would believe that it would probably be next week is when you would see Jordan Howard. If you saw Jordan Howard, look, guys, I'm not as stoked about Jordan Howard as everybody else is. He was released from the Dolphins, averaging 1.2 yards per carry. Now, I understand they really didn't use him much. There were a couple times this year he was a healthy scratch. I look at it like this. If the Eagles have some running backs. I mean, we saw that Sunday. Boston Scott, I kind of questioned. What's up, Aiken? I kind of questioned Boston Scott's ability. But, like, look, last week, I mean, the Giants, 5th ranked rushing offense, only carried the ball 3 times for 68 yards, had that big touchdown run. He's definitely capable. Miles Sanders, when healthy, when on the field, is a stud. He just is. Again, you saw that last week. But Doug Pederson decided not to run the ball, so for me, you could bring in Emmitt Smith in his prime or Barry Sanders in his prime in here, but if the coach doesn't want to run the football, what does it matter? Now, where Jordan Howard might come in, short yardage. He is a good short yardage back. So those 2nd and 1s, those 3rd and 1s become a little bit easier. At the same time, Corey Clement has grown to be a bigger back. I didn't know if maybe he could be that guy. And that, again, it's just a coaching issue. I also look now at Corey Clement on the COVID-19 list, guys that are just joining in. Eagles announced 3 people from the active roster on the COVID-19 list. ARTHEGA Whiteside tested positive. Vinny Curry and Corey Clement are close contact quarantine. They tested negative as to right now. But maybe this gives a chance for Elijah Holyfield to finally get some action. I doubt it. They'll probably bring up Huntley. Jason Huntley, who just hasn't done anything for this team and is, see you later, Aiken, and is a little back, just like kind of the other guys that they have. But who knows, man? Who knows? Just, again, bad news for the Eagles. I would love to have started off this video by saying ARTHEGA Whiteside finally caught something, but you can't. I can't. You can't make a joke of this stuff, man. It's really serious. I don't know about you guys, where you guys are from, where you're watching from. I'm seeing more and more positive cases, like dramatically. Like when you hear on the news that the cases are going up, like. It's not BS. It's not, at least not my area here in Delaware. It's crazy what's going on right now. And it's hitting the NFL hard. I think the Browns are going to be missing 3 guys. I think Cody Parkey's one of them. One of their tackles, they're probably Conklin, I believe. They're going to miss. So this is hitting, it's league-wide, and it's getting to the Eagles. And it's sad to say, but, like, this isn't even their most dramatic issue if you're an Eagle fan. I mean, there's so much wrong with this team right now. And it's crazy because sitting here last week, I felt pretty good about the team, even though their record is what it is. I figured you're getting all these guys back from injury. You're facing a 2-7 Giants team, which I don't care. I even after that game, and I'm not trying to be the guy that doesn't give them credit, but I'm not giving them credit. The Eagles played so poorly. The coaching was so bad that they were still into the fourth quarter, as always. To me, good teams put away teams like that. And Giant news, I mean, here goes to show what's going on with the Giants and just how their season's going. Their offensive line coach, who, by the way, their offensive line played pretty decent against the Eagles, knocked out Joe Judge, knocked him out, and got fired for it. It's, pause for Polar. The fact that the Eagles lost to them is just, it's absolute nauseating. It's just nauseating. And it's funny how, like, it is just a game, but man, it's just made my whole week. I don't know if that was the pillar that started my week being a real shitty week, but it's just been a crappy week, and I'm going to blame it on that Eagles-Giants game. And this week, the Eagles, I think they're 4-point underdogs to the Browns in Cleveland. The Browns are 6-3. They've got some studs on that team, man. Wide receiver Jarvis Landry, running backs Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan, but I mean, look, he's got the weapons. And then their defense is pretty good too. A bunch of first-round picks on that defense. So who knows what happens? It's hard to predict anything this year when it comes to this football team, because when I feel great about them, they play poorly, which is most of the games this year. And then when I don't feel so good about them, like the game against the Niners, for instance, they end up playing okay. So we'll see. I mean, that's really all I got, guys, is this COVID news, and then the Eagles bring in Jordan Howard. I'm not really on the Jordan Howard train, and to be honest with you, if you've been following me for a while or you watched my stuff last year when he was on the team, I was a huge Howard fan. I really loved the 1-2 punch of him and Miles Sanders, and then he had that weird shoulder injury that was only supposed to be a couple weeks. Ends up pretty much being the entire season. I think he was active for the Giants and the Seattle playoff game at the end of the year, but I don't even know if he registered a snap, maybe one or two in those games. I think he's done. I feel like he's done. I think when you get cut from the Dolphins, and I'm not saying, the Dolphins are playing really good football right now. They have some decent backs, but he was healthy scratch for a couple games, and 1.2 yards per carry, man. I think Miles Sanders is averaging 4.5. I think the key to the Eagles doing anything is running the football, and if they're not going to run it with Miles, and they're going to only give Boston Scott one carry after that huge run, I mean, what are you doing? And I wanted to do, I'll touch on this probably in another video this week. It's maybe, I think it's time for Doug to give up play calling. I just, and that's an easy thing to say for us, right? As fans, we're searching for answers, so it's pretty easy for us to say. But you got Deuce Staley over there. He's been with the team forever. Players respect him. He knows the running back rotation well. I'm looking at Deuce, and I'm just saying, hey, here's your shot. Go ahead. What could go wrong? What could go worse? I mean, this play calling, I watched that Giant game again, mercifully, and the plays were just, I couldn't believe it. Like, it's something that you watch, like they were scrimmaging or something. Like, it was bad. It was like a preseason call. Like all those plays, like the screens what really got me were the screens to Greg Ward. I mean, and again, nothing against Greg Ward, but he's not a fast, he's basically Jason Avant, a good possession wide receiver. When you have a speedy guy, like Jalen Reagor, why not give it to him? And I got tons of questions about Jalen Reagor too, guys. Again, a video that I want to make. I'm so swamped this week. My car's had a check engine light on it for days now. My upstairs heater decided to take a shit on me pretty much right after the Eagle game on Sunday. So I've just been crazy with outside work and then work at my job and training for this upcoming match on December 5th. But I want to talk about, Jalen Reagor, and I know it's unfair to do, but Justin Jefferson. Again, I did a 3-hour live stream. That was pretty horrible. And I was so hyped for the Eagles to get Justin Jefferson. He was right there. I thought it was going to happen. I'm ready to, celebrate, and then I hear Jalen Reagor's name come out, and it's, I kind of knew then that it was a mistake. I did a video the next day, kind of apologizing, looked more into Jalen Reagor, said, okay, this guy brings the speed the Eagles want. He's definitely a baller. He's got that it factor, and yes, he's been hurt. He's only played 4 games, but you look at Justin Jefferson, he looks like an absolute difference maker, an absolute stud right now, with Kirk Cousins throwing him the football. So, I definitely want to do some videos with that. Angry Allen will be up. I got some really cool stuff that I want to bring to the channel. Thanks to everybody that's watching that has subscribed. Again, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I can promise you that we are on this ride together. And again, if you're an Eagle hater or you're an Eagle fan, I also am really interested in some Sixers stuff. I talked about the Sixers uniforms last week, the horrible new uniforms that they have, and they've made a bunch of really big moves last night to where they're probably going to be an exciting team to watch coming up, unlike the Philadelphia Phillies and our Philadelphia Eagles that we're talking about right now. So I'm going to wrap this up and get into the gym. So look, guys, COVID-19 update. Whiteside's positive. Corey Clement, Vinny Curry are quarantined, but they're negative, as well as Deontay Burnett. And Jordan Howard is coming in for a visit with the Philadelphia Eagles, the team he played for last year, after getting released and being unclaimed through waivers. And with that, I'm going to end this video. However, I do want to say also, a guy like Nigel Bradham was also released from the Broncos practice squad. I would look into him more than I'd look into Jordan Howard, because our linebackers, after I watched that Giants game again, they're horrible. They're bad. Oh, did they? Biggie says they just signed Howard to our practice squad. Okay, so there you have it. If he came in and he signed to the Eagles practice squad, so maybe you do see him Sunday. Maybe, but Biggie, and maybe I'm wrong, but don't they have to wait a certain amount of days for this COVID thing? I think there's some COVID rules where they have to, before being part of team practice, yeah, they got to wait. So I'm guessing next week, if you see Jordan Howard, it'll be next week's game. So yeah, that's news. And I like I said, I really like Jordan Howard. I hope it works out. But seeing how he's played this year, and again, it's for a Dolphins team that really didn't care to use him, to be honest. He just hasn't been good, but who knows, guys. So yeah, thanks for the news, Biggie. Thanks for the update. So that's it. Jordan Howard signed back with the Philadelphia Eagles on the practice squad. We just got to wait for the COVID protocols, and we'll probably see him next week, because I can't see why you would just sign him to the practice squad and not use him. But who knows? This is the Philadelphia Eagles, and they've done dumber stuff this year, as we know. So guys, stay safe out there, man. I know it sucks to wear these masks. It really does. But it's, at this point, man, it is a necessary it's a necessary evil. It's stupid to call it evil. It's a necessary annoyance. Whatever this virus is definitely serious, and I'm going to wear this mask, and I'm going to social distance and hope that this all goes away very, very soon. It's definitely stressful right here. So, guys, take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go Birds. Stay tuned. F COVID-19. I'll see you guys later.